Hello. Hi, are you back? Not a lot of guys tonight. Bonjour aux Français. Okay, so I will start. The goal of tonight is to present you the new feature of the LotAtc 2.3. There are lots of things to say on that and show you how it works and try to respond to your questions about that. So LotAtc 2.3 is an important update for LotAtc. I have changed a lot of things inside to prepare the future. As LotAtc become more and more professional tools, it also needs more things inside. And the goal of the project is to have both things, the professional and the public way, because the public is where LotAtc has start, and it's very important for me to keep that part and to bring new feature and make the tool better and better. So let's go. I will show you some new things. So here the standard LotAtc. The first things I changed is the UI part. Yes, I made a mistake on the. Oh yeah, you're right. I made a mistake on the R. My bad. Well, I forget we are switched to the summertime. That's right. What stupid things. So perhaps you can wait a lot to have more people to start, but I can answer to any questions if you have. Let's chat a bit before starting the presentation. Have you some questions? Who do you want I show some things? We'll start TCS. Up. Let's connect to server. Yes, the MGRS grid is in progress. That is something I will add certainly. I'm currently thinking about changing the map engine. There is a lot of trouble with this one. It's not very performant. And to make the maps is take me a lot of time. DCS maps are more and more, and it's quite difficult to me to maintain whole maps easily. So I'm thinking about using a new map engine that will provide a lot of new feature. Thinking about importing QML, KML, files, importing more drawing from JSON or something like that, and be compatible with drawing from Google Earth, for example. So that's something I'm currently trying to work on. The main problem is it has a cost, so I need to be sure that I could guarantee to have that in the next year, but it seems not bad. It will also let me to import new base map and have more satellite view or something like that to help in for GTAC or something like that. So there is a lot of things to do with the maps to have something better and better. So I hope to have some things this year with this new map system and have something better. At this time, as you see, in the change log, I have to change, for example, to remove the S3 map. So at this time, we have some base maps, street map, and something like that, but there is no varied terrain. As you see, it needs some API. So that's something I will bring to the LotAtc, but at this time it's under progress. I'm not sure the cycle map is the best things to do currently. Why not? Why not a cycle in DCS one day? Any other questions? I will start the presentation later as I make a mistake in hours. My bad. Yeah, for sure. If you can embed your cycle in the plane, perhaps it's a good way to join the airport. Could be fun. Could be very cinematic to have a cycle between tanks. Okay, I make a little demo here. I will start another mission. I prepare some things tonight. Up. Let's switch on that. Okay, so yes, just one. That is not a good one. Up. Yes, in section properties, you can in fact change that. It's based on label. I will explain that later, but I can show you now. Here, there is no more position. It's more a bug that something I forgot to add it, so it will be back soon. And I will certainly add a way to be able to display MGRS longitude latitude things. And here you can at any moment edit and modify this text to have something where if you don't want the bulls, you can remove it and you have no more bulls. You can also restore and add anything you want. You can add some color if you want. Like that. It's just a simple FPS and it's not working. Why? Because I have not validated. So I will restore the position very soon. Oh. Yeah, what happens? Funabugs. Yeah, Funabugs. I think I have a bug. It's the demo effect. Yeah, works well. So you can adapt that. You can use a basic HTML table. And if you can also switch to Markdown if you want. It's also work like that with Markdown or HTML as you want. So here I import. I will show that it's the demo for the event in the next minutes. That show a lot of things You have the drawing imported for DCS, you have the IP points, you have renter in the DCS mission, you have the RWR, so the ESM, and you have also radar view and all the parts for the data link. I think I have not yet activated data link for the demo. Data link, yes, it's currently disabled, so all payload are extracted from the mission only, and it is not updated. If you activate the data link using LotAtc link, it will import automatically all payload. We will see that. I see that guys are coming. Perfect. Is there any questions before starting? We have guy 2. Yeah. Is the sound is good? Okay, you hear me correctly? Yeah, try. Thank you. Perfect. There is bad guys here. Oh. So for example here you see that we have information. It's a MiG-29. Yeah. Oh. It's dead. Too late. Too late. Can do that here. MiG-22. 23, sorry. Dead also. Or in the mountain perhaps. We will see. It's a small demo. I think the guys. Yeah. Yep. So this part will be rework in this year. I have started the work. So the goal is to provide something better with a lot of new feature to develop more the ATC and the ground parts. Oh, we are some big guys running here. Little tips: if you zoom and you get the R here, that means that the size is the real one. So as you see from here, the size is correct in pixel from the runway. Caucasus is not the more precise maps, as you know. The DCS Caucasus map has a lot of distortion with the reality, so it's not perfect, but for other maps it's very better. Here we have the Taken. And our guys here. Something helpful also is to have all information about the profile here, so you can check how the server is configured. If you have a doubt when using LotAtc server and it's connected, you have the real configuration here. Sorry, use RCS or whatever, sphere model. So it's not the conic here, it's the simplest, there is no cone, dead cones. And the automation, as you see, all friends have all information as neutrals, but for enemies, only ground radars are marked, as you see here. I think it's a AW here. Yeah, range. Put circle. Yeah, this one. But the guys here is unknown. Oh, that's MiG-23 here, I think. Fightings. And A15 is our AWACS. So I could tag it. So you can do here, or you can do also from there. You right click, you can choose what you want to display. So yeah, you can also add classification if you want. You can click on it to change. Up. You can have transponder also, and you can also directly change here the value. This makes the things easier. And you can search now for a transponder, for example. As you see, I can get the guys. It can be the type, it can be the name, it can be the call sign, as you want. It's easy to find. By default, all neutral are no. You can disable or enable the display of neutral. So if I put it neutral, this one, the join one is here. If I display, it disappears. So you can bypass all civil aircraft, for example. There also change here. Also can change rapidly. Right click or using the FK. The thing easier. Up. With the new map system, I hope to have something like a pseudo 3D view. It will allow me to display that with sense of altitude. At this time, it's a flat, but I would like to have something more 3D. So something I will work on. Something useful also, it's the filter here. You can display and only work on block. If you work on this block. Oh, I know that. Can have that. Yeah. choose the opacity of others. In this case, there are no more, you cannot interact with them. Could be easy, and you can move all, everything. Same way, speed filter. If you want to remove any slow motion, it's easy. Oh, we have a lot of traffic here. Too much traffic. The Mirage cannot land. By the way, a lot of guys, some Hornets, some Tomcats. These parts, I will talk about that later, but it will be a rework. This is first things. I will bring more things, but you have already some great feature as relativity, so your plane is always go to the north. So the A50 is on the right. And can remove things. With the last version, I limit the number of contactors so to avoid too much lines, as we see on the 230. The guys do the job. I think nobody is no more alive here. I also work on the multiple bullseye super. That is something is near ready. The goal is to have possibility to add multiple bulls and change directly from the interface, perhaps something like that or something like that. And you can change bulls if you have two way, some work here and a bulls here to make the things easier. You will be able to switch between the two. So all the interface, all bullseye information will switch also. If you have some trouble with the maps, sometimes with current version you have some black tiles that appears on the screen. I found the bug yesterday. It's fixed. I hope it will be released in the next version. I think it's also responsible of some crashes. So it's not good, but I hope to release it not next week, but certainly the week after. Max guy. As you see, you can also position here, but not for them. For sign number, good questions for humans. Currently, you can change in cockpit the sign numbers. I'm currently work to update it dynamically. It's really useful for naval operation, but it's not something easier to do with DCS. I'm pretty sure I will find a way to update it. Oh. Don't know if you know this tip. You can use Shift and F to hide all. Really great to concentrate, to focus on the screen. It's a good tips, this one, I think. So for remind you have all shortcut here is this one. I'm currently integrating also the possibility to bind joystick also. So it's work in progress, but it is currently working. I need to redo this interface, but I hope to integrate that. So you will be able to bind joystick key to shortcut. This radar cone is really interesting sometimes when you have contact, if you want to know if the fighters can see it or no. It's not perfect because it's due of the size of the plane in front of course, and its altitude, but it can give you some information, by the way. If you have the contact here, you know it is not possible to see them. I think the Tomcat radar is perhaps quite exaggerated. I will check the number. I use the number of DCS. I think it's quite a bit too much, certainly. Perhaps it's better to have a Tomcat instead an AWACS. Yeah. Add more Tomcat and instead of AWACS. Okay, so I made a mistake on the time, the real time. I will start the real stream in 20 minutes. I can show you editor if you want. Could be interesting. Anyway. Up. So the LotAtc editor is the same map base than for clients. The goal is to create scenario. So you can add some object here. add some opponent. Yes, up. Red. Great. By default, plane will start linear route, but you can add some specific routes. For example, can orbit. And then assign the orbits. And you can also add a waypoint. Same way. Then you load it in generator. And that's it. And then you can manipulate them. For example, you can change heading, terrain to climb. Anyway, execute. So no need of TCS there. It's completely separated. Can change transponder. Something like that. Change red time. If you want to claim faster. Can accelerate. So you have the goal and the current position here. It's really for training. No need of DCS pilot here. The rest is the same for standard LotAtc clients. Except that you can manipulate as you want. one day I would like to have a same way on DCS. Some of the commands are already working, but not all. It's really good tool. I moved the radar, so yeah. Can also directly add some new plane dynamically. And it will appear. Up. Perhaps I will do a stream just for that one day. Hello, for those who join us. I start earlier than planned. I do a mistake on the UTC hour. So I show some things, but the presentation of the to the tree will start in 10 minutes, I think. No? Yeah, that's it. My bad. If you have questions, it's time to ask. I can show you different things. Lot of DCS session here. There's a lot of DCS because I use a lot of different configuration to test LotAtc. I use some standard with no LotAtc and some with different versions. So you have this one is the dev version and other older, something like that. The goal is to have a good way to see how configuration it can be. I'll show you also, but LotAtc configurator can now also receive some change in the theme. So you can now change a lot of things there. Very great. This tool is something I had 2 years ago, I think. Before you have to configure the LotAtc server manually, and it's not always easy to manipulate. So I create LotAtc configurator that is not big things because its goal is only to copy files to save game, but it try to give you the best status possible. It is based on the DCS log, so it's not full real time, but it can help you to find what's good and what it's not. I would like to increase some things. For example, I would like to have better port management to tell you, oh, warning, you have 2 ports. Two times the same port. Are you sure you want to have 2 instances of DCS with the same port or something like that? That is something I will work also. The biggest addition last time was the LotAtc link auto install. It makes the things simpler and allow to have LotAtc link installed automatically. LotAtc link is very important because it's the way I can connect to the mission script and get data like data link, drawings, marks, IPs, and certainly more things in the futures. Payloads also. I plan also to provide some API for mission makers to send message to controllers directly from the mission script, as you do with pilots. It could be very great to have a way to communicate directly, so you can alert controllers on some things. One user asked me this API also to make a missile trainer, so you can send information on the shoot, not shoot, to the controllers. I will certainly also add a way to change the classification remotely from mission script, or change the information about units. That's something that could be very useful, I think, for a mission maker. A lot of things to do. Yep. Yeah, we are near the real good clock. I will present you more in details all of that. Any questions? I will restart this session. Okay. Up. So that the mission we see before. I will show you in the next minutes, but it also demonstrates the capacity of the data link. For example, as you see in previous demo, there was no data link, so we have here the AWACS, and here it's only fighters, and we only see this one and this one because it was in the range of the AWACS, but we don't see this part because it was too far than the AWACS. But if we activate the data link, as we are here in Viper and here Atomcat and Hornet, we can say, okay, everyone has the data link, so the information that's on the position and the status of this plane is automatically forwarding to the system, and LotAtc is available to display that and also to show you what this plane is seeing through this radar. So in fine, we will see this plane on the scope. I will show you that. And as you see, the eyepiece that is currently read, so you can use it, and it's displayed as drawing in LotAtc, so you can use it. Same for the drawing. I hope to provide more support for drawing in the future. For example, I don't know, but perhaps I could try that, and also use the different style, but my current engine is quite limited in this way, so I hope with the new engine we can do that. If you want to display the drawing and on LotAtc, don't forget to put it in common or blue. So blue, only the blue will see that, and red, same things. And if you put in common, both blue and red controllers will see the drawing. Drawing in outer and neutral will not be shown, as it is not your coalition. Not all options are currently available. All of that is not yet available, but I hope to increase the support in the future. And that's it. We are near the 20 o'clock, so we could start quietly. I will close this yes. Up. We switch there. Launch. This is server. Okay, this server is running. Let's go. As you will see here and here. I will certainly also rework that part in the future also to make it a better UI. It's not easy to find the good way to do that. Okay, it's time. I will present you more in details all the new feature. So let's start. The first one I want you to show is the new UI. That's something I work on. I know that the old style, that was materials, need to restart. So that was the old style. It's quite updated with a more run button or something like that, but the main problem with that is all the size. While it's bigger, for a small screen it could be difficult to see, so there's no as you see here, more space to show that. You can change the change there, but I add two new style, the fusion that is now the default, so you should certainly see it. As you see, everything is more smaller, and then you can also change the font here, so you can make it bigger or smaller and choose the font you want. There's currently a bug here as you don't be selected, but you can change the font and it's immediate. For example, you can make it very smaller and you have a big screen. On a 4K is great, and for a small screen you can do the same way. It's very useful, I think, so everybody can adapt to its screen. You can also change to light to dark. 99% is dynamic. There is still some things that not change like that or something like that. It's some small bugs, but if you restart the app it works directly. And I restore the color also, so you can pimp LotAtc as you want. I also reworked the parts of all options. As you see now, there's categories that make easier to find some things. This sensor, it's here, and you have always these two buttons that collapse and open everything. That makes the search easier. And for a lot of things, I also add some examples. So here you add the real fonts, so you can have dynamically the size. For example, for the cursor label, so it's the label here, you can activate it. Same for measure line, you can adapt the font you want. So by putting there, it's easier to change that. Something that is not always understand is that for pending, if you want to change the label for pending, you can click on the categories here. So if you click here or here, you will change for all the air. So you can change only for France, but you can change for all the air, and it's work also for none. Here you change the pending. So if you change the value here, it will change for display here. So as you see, it's dynamic. And you can select what you want. If you want to add the Mac. And in a lot of places also, you can now use HTML, so you can also add some create things like that. As you see, you have the result also. But once you do that, it's recognized that it's HTML, so you need to add end of line HTML like that. You can use a lot of subtype, but you can make some great labels like that. I don't know. So you can change that and do change the font also. I think it's working. No, I'm not an expert on HTML. But you can use a standard way, so it's really great. And that works also, as you see, for maps, for example. For the border line, you can also here use HTML or cursor label or measure line. So you can change that and add color also here. The same way. So if you want really to change and adapt, you can change. No. Up, and you can reset. Everywhere you have this button that will bring you to the format. It will bring you to this page, and you are here. Everything you can put. I'm not sure I will support everything. I'm not sure you can. It will work with image, but you can try. But you can do alignments and change the font and something. Hey, Coltrane. So there's the fonts, and you can change. And there is a last one and last style. This one is more standard. There is not a lot of customization in this one, but well, it was not. Yeah, that's it. It's more like the standard Windows. There's no dark for this one, but well, you can use it if you want. This new UI is available for all software, so you can also change for configurator, the same things. It's very great. For LotAtc generator or something like that. So every software of the LotAtc has the same way now, so you can change everywhere the fonts and adapt where you need. For advanced user, you have also time that will allow you to change the time dynamically for the map and the items. So if you connect, yeah, you can change that. You can add your own time. There is a Discord channel for that also, if you want to share him. And same things, you can save the doc layout. So if you load, put everything on the top, you can change dynamically the way you put the panels, and it will automatically adapt. It's dynamic, so you can have a setup for GCI and setup for ATC, for example, and change dynamically. That's possible. And you can also bring extra view up screen, so you can open a second view if you want to have that. I will certainly add a way to put that in the tab or in the extra panel over the other. that's something I will certainly work. And the things interesting is that you can have an airport, but you can also say, okay, here I will just get the high altitude plane, or display or not grid unit. All these settings are for this map, and this map is with its own setting, so you can have different settings here. You can also only display a style, for example, painting or like you want. So you can mix and have different view on the second screen or something like that. The dock panel has been changed last year. It's no better. It's not perfect yet, but you can already do a lot of things. You can change the place, create a new tab, floating, something like that. And as you see, we can save it. So that's it for the UI rework. I will continue to make evolution of that. If you have a request, don't hesitate to put them on Discord. I'm always happy to have feedback on that. That's it. The next version will have a fix for the trouble with the tiles. Sometimes you have black tiles. It is fixed, and I hope better performance also. If you have questions on that part, you can ask. Otherwise, I will continue on the next topic. I know the UI is not perfect, but I work every day on it to make it better. Okay. So next, I would like to show you the LotAtc link. That's something very important because it's the way to connect DCS mission. I will show you something up. How it works, there is here DCS that's running with LotAtc server. Data is exchanged with DCS, and there is also here the mission script. And the problem inside, say that's this and this, it's not, there is no link. Yeah, you cannot communicate. So I have to find a way to do that. That is why I introduce the link. That is the interface between these two parts. And the link is work with a JSON server that's run internally into a LotAtc server. And mission script will connect to this server and exchange data between the two systems. And then when on your client that is connected here, you can have data link, you can have drawing, you can have IP and marks, and what else? Airports, yes, very important. Airports waiver, because it is not possible to have waiver from this interface. Waiver airports waiver is only available here, so I have to create that part to get that. So I introduced LotAtc link some month ago. The main problem was this installation because it's inside mission scripting environment that is overwritten on each update of DCS. So I work on a way to automatically install it at DCS starts. It is now down. So by default, all LotAtc server you install, it's now working. So once I have established this link here, sorry, my French is come back. I can exchange data. At this time, I exchange that. In the near future, I hope to exchange more API and make more interaction between mission script and LotAtc server. And mission script is really important for mission maker. We can run mouse, mist, etc., and be able to communicate from here to the controllers is very something interesting. Send message, be able to change here. You can change the classification, for example, or change a comment, change a mission or something like that. It could be done by mission maker because he wants to do that. I will certainly add this API to change automatically. And yes, for Moose Caesar script, it will be. The goal is to send the position of the Caesar pilot by the mission maker. So he will send the position, and we can display drawing dynamically in LotAtc. It will be very a good thing. So I work on that. I hope to have something in the next month. The biggest things was to do the link. It is now working well. So now I can extend it to add more feature for that. I'm pretty sure it will be very interesting, especially for mission maker. The goal is to add more and more interaction between DCS and LotAtc. It is work in progress because DCS has not all the API I would like, so I cannot interact on everything from DCS. At this time, we can do some things with LotAtc. LotAtc, sorry, I'm not connected as instructor. With the instructor and LotAtc Advanced, you can already do some things. You can take the control on the aircraft. You can give him some orders. For example, I use Moose for that. You can use RTB, you can say cap or bit hold. So, all that is already working. But behind it's the Moose script I use. I'm not the expert on the Moose script, so perhaps there is something better to do, but we can add here more things in the future. My best wish is to be able to move the tankers from to move the tankers to the fighters, or push back the AWACS because we are under attack or something like that. I think it could be very interesting for everybody, for pilots, but also for controllers. So it's something I work on, but it takes time and not always an easy task. The question: it is possible to add another tab with the airport closed view? Yes, definitely something I will add. At this time, you can only put it in a new window, but I know that it could be interesting to have tabs here, or add other window like this one, for example, to have everything in the same window. So yes, that's something it will be available in the next month. No ETA yet, but I work on that. For the data link, my best wish is also to have a way to integrate the data link of DCS with the data link of LotAtc. I will show you the demonstration in the next minutes, but data link is totally simulated by LotAtc actually. There is no interaction with DCS, but I asked ED to do that. The official response was, we are interested in, but at this time it is not our high priority. So it's not no, it's not yes. So I will continue to ask that. Do not hesitate to post forums on that and ask them. But yes, the lock line, totally agree. If we could have only the old lock line, it would be a great thing. I know that in TagView, Virtuos add it, but it's only a guess. It is not the real lines. But well, there are lots of things. For Guam, the problem was that simulation Guam is quite not flat, and the simulation of my radar was too low. I push it in the higher, so I hope it's better now. If you are blind parking known, I'd be interested to have the ID of the parking, or send me a miss files with the problem. I will check why it's blind. I have some report that there is still some blind spots, but there is a lot of spots. And if you have the position, send it to me. I will be agree to check that. So with LotAtc link, so the header and the dodge are part of the LotAtc links. It is not available like that. I extract them directly from the mission script, like the drawing, and also like some information. I will restart with data link active, because here I think it is not active. Let me check. Yes, data link is not active, so I will go in my profile, this one, data link active. You can choose the realistic of the things. You can say everything has the data link, and even old aircraft. You can restrict to real data link, including Tomcat, or you can say only the real data link is working. The distinction is done through the DCS flags, so it's work with all aircraft. I will activate everything. You can say the update period of the data link. So it's okay. I will just restart the server. Yep. Restart. For the thickness of the lines, yes, I know. I'm using real pixel. They're not using the real pixel. I have to find a good way to reduce it, but I'm agree. Mines are bigger than DCS ones. I will certainly find a factor or something like that to make it more like DCS. It's not always easy, but I will try to add that. So here we have data link active. So LotAtc is simulating basic data link. I compute the network of data link. That means that the AWACS is donor and receiver. The Viper is also a share and relay. I have activated the Tomcat data link, so it's also part of the data link array. And you see here is Hornet, so it has data link. So this contact here is only seen because this guy is seeing this aircraft, and he send data to each one and retrieve to the AWACS. So LotAtc is no. So all data shared is the radar contact, is the sensor information here, and also all data you can have from the payloads here. So once you have the fuel, you know that data link is active. So here the real-time fuel and the status of the armament that will be changed dynamically. So it increases your range. I will remove the drawing. Up. And that's a part of the data link currently. It's great to see the current payload on an aircraft, and you can estimate if it needs to go to tanker or not. Here we have a Mirage. No, that's the AWACS. Here, the Mirage. We have only the payload that was filled at the start of the mission, but we have not the fuel, and the payload is not updated in this case. At contrary, this one is updated dynamically. So that's it for the data link, the first part. Of course, I would like to add the lock lines and something like that. As said, I'm quite limiting by the DCS API. I hope to implement that one day. That's it. But it's already give you some great information and add some realism for modern warfare. Of course, if you don't want it, you have just to disable on server side. It's active by default, I think. No, it's deactivated by default. So if you need it, activate. That's for the data link. And the ESM, so the Electronic Superuser Management. It's also a new topic, important topic for LotAtc. It's the first part, so it's quite basic. It's not perfect. I know that it's too much line, etc., etc. I'm totally agree with you, but it's a first step, and I will continue to develop it. So at this time, you have basic things. Yeah, you have the contact scene. As the same way, the data link is not connected to DCS. Electronic measurements are not connected to DCS also. So it's LotAtc that try to establish what we can detect, what we cannot detect. At this time, I'm not pretty sure that the distance and the power that is displayed is totally accurate. I will work on that. But it's work in progress, as you see here, for example. You see that we have some information. The goal is to make it more accurate in the future and also to be able to do more triangulation. So if I activate everything, you can see colors are automatically connected to the symbols, so the type of the radar is seen. As you see here, the blue lines are for dot. It's for the MiG here. So each plane has its own color. It could help you. So here I know that it's bandy. Yeah, 2 bandy, and I know it's 2 MiG 13. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so you can already do that, and the goal is to provide something more useful in the future, and also provide semi-automatic and automatic way. So you could start with no information and using all data that is coming, be able to set the type automatically with the information we get. So every server can have guys that will do the classification and the type, or it will be automatically done by the system with something realistic. That's it. For the questions, for the propagation of line types, I'm currently limited by my map engine. I will certainly, I'm currently working to find another one. I have a good candidate for that, and I hope to have more possibility to add dash line and something like that. So yes, that is something I work on. I hope to have something, but it will not come before certainly end of the year or something like that. I hope for this year, but no promise on that. It's not an easy task, but it will be great. For the payload, no. The payload is firstly filled with the mission data for all aircraft, and for data link aircraft, it is filled dynamically. So here you have the fuel that it's currently in the plane, and it's real payload. I don't know. Yeah, if fire is Fox 2 here, so there is only 2 Fox 1 on this aircraft, and this one has fire some fire. So when you get the fuel indication here, you have in the data link mode, so all is real time. For the Mirage, no data link, no real time information. You can force that here by putting all coalition unique. At this time, I consider that every unit has the data link, so you can have information for all. It's no realistic, but you can set that, or you can totally disable it. So you have option on server. As always, I try to have both way, the simplest way to have every information or nothing, and the more realistic I can do with the current version. So here I enable this one. That is why the Tomcat has also the data link. Thank you for your encouragement. I know there is a lot of things to do. I am alone on the project. I'm very, very happy to work on that. But things go at its rhythm. I'm very happy to provide new feature. It's my job now, so I can work all the day on that. It's a big change since years, because before I work on that only in the night and the holiday. So now it's more. There is more work inside, but there is a lot of things to do. That's it for the data link and the things. So the electronic control measure. Actually, I will go. You can change here some setups. You can restrict air, surface, or ground. I have introduced in the last version of the 232 power information. So I compute depending of the power of the radar that's emitting, if it's a big emission or little emission. As I said before, it's not perfect, certainly not accurate, but it's a first step. So let me know for those use that. If you think that it's good, not good, I'm always happy to have feedback, positive or negative. That's the way I can enhance the software step by step. So there is a lot of things to do. Perhaps I will introduce a graphical view instead of RWR view. For that in the future, there is a lot of things to do in this part. I hope to have a lot of things. With the last version, you have also ground units that is better managed. Firstly, you have a new option. Here you have a new option that is detect only moving grounding unit and SAM and ship. So it's more realistic. Only convoys that's running will be detected by the system and not all the things. It's try this option. It's really a good one, I think. And all ground units are automatically classified as ground or sea because it's detected by ground radar, so you know that it's a ground unit and not air unit. So it's better than before. Be sure to have the last one, so the 232 version for that, and on the server side. Let me check. Okay. I also introduce. So I see that sometimes it's not working. A way to show a simulation of the radar. As I say before, there's something strange with the Tomcat. Perhaps the numbers are not good. It's really a big radar. But as you see, it's quite interesting for units to see, okay, here it's too far to see this one. Or it will begin to see it because it's inside the cone. Of course, it's just a simulation. It's dependent of the size of the plane, of its distance, of the different altitude and like that. But it's quite interesting to have the real radar. So if there is unit here, there's low chance to see it. But if something is here, there's a lot of chance you have it on the screen. especially if you use the data link, because no, this one is not a donor, but this one is a donor, for example. He has the data link active. So if there is something there and a Dodge one see it, it will transmit it automatically to the airworks. So that's a big part that combine data links, electronic sensor management, and the radar. I will continue to work on that part. What's next? There is a lot of things that will coming. As I said, there is a new map engine I would like to integrate. It will allow me to add more things like that. For example, here it's the OpenStreetMap, but here there is not a lot of things. We can do cycling, but I would like to add satellite view and something like that. I had a solution with the last version, but it's no more working. I have to remove it, but I hope to add it in the future. So it's only available in the advanced version. That's part, but it's quite interesting. You can note that airports are not aligned with the real one. It's not a bug in LotAtc. It's the bug in the Caucasus map. You have not this problem in the other maps, as they are correct. But as you see, there's enough of difference between the reality and the Caucasus map. LotAtc automatically adjusts that to have something that it's correct in DCS. But well, that is why in the past I get a lot of trouble with heading management, especially on this map, because I have to change all heading to adapt to the Caucasus variation. You can see, for example, if I do that, I have not a full north. I am a bit that it's not the case for other maps. So that's the magic of the software. You don't see that, but it's something that takes me a lot of time to do. I forgot to say that I also have the flight plan extracted for the mission also. That's something you can have. So you can have the waypoint of the mission editor here with the information. So you can have an idea of the way of ER works. Of course, it is not dynamic. If you change your flight plan in flight, I have not the information. Perhaps I don't know if I can extract it dynamically. I'm not sure. Perhaps I can extract it, but only locally for each pilot, and then send it to LotAtc server. But it's quite complex to do. Perhaps one day, but not planned at this time. And the major things that I will add in the future is the rework of the ATC feature. And ATC, so all the part of the approach. The power view is an old view. I do that years ago. It needs some new feature and more usability, but you can do. Quick reminder: use the mouse wheel for zoom horizontally, and shift plus mouse wheel vertically. I know that it's not known, but you can have both. So I will rework all these parts to have something better. And I will certainly add some things like a kind of flight strip or something like that to have something more usable, the ability to assign units to specific controllers. So you can say, okay, this one is for magic, this one is for overload or something like that. That is something I will work on that, to have more interaction between different controllers. Yes, hands off. That's something I will add certainly, to have a better LTC part. At this time it's quite simple, but there's a lot of things to enhance. And as DCS has no better performance, we have now more and more servers with a lot of people. It could be interesting to develop that part, to have multiple controllers that could coordinate between them to have better work. So that's part. Little tips, don't know if you know, but if you zoom enough, you can have the little R here. That means that the plane it's at real size. I get the real size of the plane and I adapt the icon of the real size. So it's interesting to know. So here it's not the real size, here it's the real size. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's quite useful to know if you can pass between two planes. It's a little tip. Up. Yes, I will restart DCS to show you the marks. That could be interesting to show. I will start a new DCS session. For the airport reports, you need to have LotAtc link active. That is normally the default. And he will get weather for each airport at start, and then it updates one airport by minute. So each minute you have a new update for one airport. So if you have 20 airports, there is an update every 20 minutes. I cannot get all the information. I'm limited as a move or other scripting library. That means I can get pressure, time, temperature, and winds at the ground, and 2,000 meters, 8,000 meters. I have no access currently for the clouds. It's really something missing. So I cannot get clouds information at this time. There is no API for that. I up, but it's only a up. That's the new ATC system that they will add a way to add the cloud information and the visibility. So I could get a full report, but at this time, no possible to get that. It's quite limiting. I know that it's something that it's missing. Perhaps the things I could add is a way to be entered manually. So you could ask for a pilot to get it. We could import it from the web, yes, but you need to have your mission aligned with the web. But there is no way to get the clouds information. Or if there is a way, tell me. I would be happy to add that. But at this time, I don't find a way to add the cloud other points in the maps. So I launch a new mission just to show. So here my DCS, so it's standard mission, no lot of things on that. I will show you that the mark up, not too good. Oh yes, I know, sorry. I have to take a plane. Yeah, change. The mission. Up. 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 I will add a plane client. Let's go.
Dodge 1, engaging bandit at balls 295, 115 at 27,000.
So here, I will connect with my LotAtc. I am connected, I get the picture, and I can add a label. I am here. And automatically, you have the label here with the information.
Engaging bandit at balls 2.
So now you have the synchronization between marks between that part. So if you delete it, you delete it here. It's automatic, and you can add. So you can retrieve all marks done by the guys.
Dodge 1, engaging bandit at bullseye 296, 150 at 30,000.
You can also edit it. Due to limitation of DCS, it is deleted and replaced by a new one, but as you see, you can add information. So as a controller, if there is a Caesar mission or something like that, you know that the pilot is here. You can do mark here, and that there is the guy here. There's timer date, but it's here. There's a guy here. So it's something very interesting. It's not perfect, but as you see, it works as intended. It's by coalition, so the red don't see your mark, but you can create mark. It's automatic, and with LotAtc link, you can open, and on the side you have also here to hide show the mark if there is to mark. So there is a time between update is done. It's not totally immediate, but it's working correctly. Up, and you get here also. So it's really interesting to have that. It's a small feature, but I think it could be really helpful. The goal is to add more interaction between the mission script, as I said, and LotAtc, to be able to communicate. At this time, you can communicate through the chat or using that. I will add a trigger also, and more things like that. For example, in the demo, instant action, attacking ready. here's version connect. So it's the instant action of LotAtc in DCS, so you have already that. If you are advanced, you can have flag editor, and you can trigger a message. So how it works, it's not complex. I will show you that. You have DCS running. You have your client here. Advanced. You have the button. This button is declared in the mission script. Okay, mission script. You declare by script that you have a flag. You add a flag that is all sent to the DCS, to the LotAtc server, then send to the client, and when you click on that, send to the layer, and you go here, and here you are connected with a callback, and you can do what you want. So you can already have some interaction between mission script and LotAtc. It's the first part. As you see, you have the status of the flags. The flags is on, so the flags is on air. And after this 10 seconds, the script puts it off, and it's displayed, put it off. So it's already something great to add some interaction in your mission. You can make a trigger for anything, an explosion, pop up, a new group, what you want. Just use the API. Everything is, I will show you on the website. Yep. You can go in help, in advanced more, and server command, sorry. And that's it. So it's this experience, and you are here explanation or how to use it. So in this case, you need to have an extra file you register in in your mission. It's per mission, and you can then, as you see, have a trigger, and you can treat your trigger then. So it's not complex to add. You can edit the example I provide here. I'll show you a mission editor. Just go in no mission mods, service, LotAtc mission, quick start, and LotAtc test flag, and in the triggers you have the initialization. Here I register my flags, the flags 1, a title, description. So that's part. Oh, sorry, I don't switch view. So sorry. Mission editor, initialization, you have the part here to register the button, and when the flag is true, done by the controllers, you can have everything you want. So here just a message and the reflect. So you can already have some interaction between LotAtc and mission script, but I will enhance that in the future. And last things I will show you. Remain Shift and F can close one panel at one time. So here I have my helmet, it's that one. I just really turn. So that's something that is very great. You can turn to file. Interesting. So I have already some interaction with this EA, AI, I hope to have more in the future. So already something that's could be useful. There is also some order, for example, I will tell you to screen. So in the same way, I choose LotAtc link to interact with AI and give you some orders. And that's all. There is a lot of other features, small things I have changed in the introductory. But I think I have covered the more important parts. In the object path, you can change the column. You can add a lot of things. So just do what you need. You can also move the column, hide it. So the name before. Can sort, it's been fixed. A lot of things, and everything is available on the filter. You can filter by tune, name, transponder, value, a lot of things. It's really important, and you can also edit the equipment, change the name. It works for a lot of things. Comments. Information also. Okay. Photo. September. Change. SB. So it's really very simple to use if you want to change a lot of things like faster way. And that's it. Have you any questions? I hope it's interesting to show you. I'm not a stream expert, but I hope I was not too boring. oh, this version is already released. It's the last one. So all you see tonight is already in the delivered. So you can install it and use it. You sometimes need to update both server and client. Be sure to be in 2.3. But it's already released. It's the public version here. No difference. The other great things behind the scene is the Vulkan support, so performance is enhanced. There is low memory use, and I changed the network protocol, so I hope I provide compatibility for server and client now every time without the need to have different branch as I have for 2.2 and 2.3. So I hope it's end. No promise, don't know the future, but I can evolve the feature on both way and keep compatibility between versions. That's something that it's important. I know that on server version is not always updated, so I try to keep this compatibility. Yeah, Sample, that is something I could add, I think, because I have already all the necessary to do. I have already do first part with the symbol draw, but it's not enough. I would like to add an icon or something like that, and be able to have the support of the DCS icon also. It's planned. No ETA, no, but it's planned for short mid-term. I will add that. If you have some ideas of other streaming I could do on a particular project points, you can also let me know. The big things here is for server is this part I simplify all the server option. It's not easy to activate or not the information mode, so you can restrict or set who is known by the system. So if you say known, any neutral units will be automatically erased, and you will be pending on the screen. But you can restrict to main radar, to ships, or to everyone. So to know everything, just set that. To know only friendly, you have that, and to have only the AWACS known, the radar, set that, and you will be every contact will be pending except AWACS. It's better than the older option with show data and something like that. LotAtc is also used now by the French Navy since 3-4 years now, and French Air Force. So there is a lot of feedback by real controllers and real guys in this sector. So they give me a lot of input. So a lot of things are coming from the relation I get with them and the feedback. So it makes the software better and better. It's really a good thing. They are agreed to transfer some part of the things I develop in the public version, not all, but a lot of things, and I think it's something important. And thanks to them, it's really great to have to be able to provide this software to real controllers. Yes, the radar range. Yes, because in fact, if the unit of the data link, it provides its own information, even if you have set none here. Data link will provide all information, and radar range is part of this information. It is possible for LotAtc controller to change classification of objects for the CS pilot client. No, I cannot change the transponder remotely for clients. For that, it could be possible, but it will need a way to send the information to the clients and change in cockpit. So it depends of each aircraft. Perhaps that could be done through SRS. It could be an idea. The things that is not currently available, but I would add, it's the possibility to change dynamically the IFF of AI units. So currently you can put your transponder value to AI. I would like to be able to change it dynamically from LotAtc. The information is not in DCS, it's in LotAtc, so I can change that. So it could be something that could be useful, especially if you are using the transponder files. For those that don't know that, you can have so you can set some encoding in the unit name of the AI to fill transponder. You can use mode 1, 2, 3, and 4, respecting this syntax. So by putting it in the unit, the code will be used in LotAtc. So it's very useful, and you can have a file on your server that's make the correspondence. So if someone or the AI is this mod 3, it will automatically name and change its name, its type, and its call line by this value. So what is interesting in that, for example, in my squad, we have a file for that, and we have a different mode 1 to define our mission. Some for seed, some for cap, some for sweep, etc., etc. And mode 3 to each user. So you can say, okay, in my cockpit, I put mode 1, 2, 3, and mode 3, 7, 1, 2, 3. And automatically on my contact in LotAtc, I will be set called names bound 1. It is a hornet. It is my call sign. This is my mission and my classification. So you can have different files, one for mode 3, one for mode 1, or you can mix as you want. But it's really important, as you see, for example, 2 files. The one that define all mode 3, and the second to set the mode 1. You can mix. You can say for mode 3 this one, and mode 1 this one only. So you can mix those things. And you can change its name, type, call sign, content, onboard, the onboard units, and the classification. So that's something really useful. If you do not use it, it's something interesting. I know a server that use a file with more than 3,000 entry. It is generated by Python, and all AI I encoded with mod3, so every AI is automatically encoded with that. If multiple pilots use the same mod3, every mod3, every plane with this mod3 will have that. That's the limit of the system. There is not security for that, but well, that's the job of the pilot and then the controller to check that. I will certainly add in the future some alerts when there is same mod 3, for example. At this time there is no alert, but in the object page here, I certainly make something blanking or something like that when a transponder is used multiple times. That could be interesting. Lot of small feature to add. So if you don't know, just go in the transponder page, and there is here. There is already an example provided with LotAtc. If you go in the new subgame directory, let me show you. If you go in the mods service LotAtc, you have already in UserDB transponder blue or red. You can have different files for both, and like you have the example JSON, so you can use it. Just put enable to true and it's working. It's only on server side, not on a client side. It's a great thing. Very useful to have something more realistic. Any other questions? Great. Thanks for your participation of the stream. There is not a lot of people, but it was always interesting to talk about LotAtc with user. I hope it will be useful. Do not hesitate to give me feedback on the stream. Too long, shorter, the wrong time. So I know already. I will try to do more in the future. My goal is to do 1 stream per month, but I'm not sure. I will continue on this rhythm, but I will try. And that's all. Thank you for watching. See you later, and don't hesitate to put feedback on Discord. I'm always open to any feedback at the time it's constructive. Criticism is welcome. I'm happy to see that it was interesting. I say goodbye all, and have a good weekend, and see you later. Bye bye.